Holton and Cade, you guys come off of a very impressive win, really 3 in a row impressive wins. Now you head into this showdown on the road in Abilene. Holton, you've been a part of a lot of big games since you've been here, and I know you don't want to make too much out of one game, but this is the game this week. How big is this one? How much does this loom kind of on the horizon for you guys to kind of set up what you want to do this season?
Yeah, I've definitely been a part of some pretty big games with some really good teams. But last year we had an 11-8 score against Abilene, and that's a pretty weird football score. And
yes, it is.
We're grinding hard out there this week, and we're ready to make a big impact.
The reason I told Coach I wanted to talk to a couple of guys in the trenches is because I've seen Abilene a couple of times. And Cade, that's where this one is going to have to be determined. When you've looked at the video of their offensive line and what they do on offense, what kind of jumps off the video?
Just how physical they are and how hard they play, really. Yes, sir.
Last week, I'm trying to think, last week was Caprock, so we'll kind of skim past that one. But they really took care of Monterey the week before that, shut them down offensively, which that offense is not easy to shut down. When you see what they've done offensively, what is it about them and now I think they're probably a little healthier than they have been. What is it about their offense that you have to be on your toes about?
It's just all their schemes. They don't run one thing too many times. You got to be on your toes and ready, and they're going to come off the ball, so you got to come off hard too.
And if I remember right, that you got to be aware for 2 different quarterbacks.
Right. Yes, sir.
And
yes, sir.
You guys have done that in years past. You don't do it as much now, but defensively, how much does that kind of rattle around in your head when you know this guy comes in, they may try something different?
Oh, for sure, yes, sir. Once the next one comes in, we got to be ready for a whole different thing. So, yes, sir.
And Holton, I mentioned what their defense did against Monterey for most of the night. What do you guys have to do to make sure you find some consistency, which the last 3 games you guys have really come out on fire? What do you have to do to kind of replicate that?
Our emphasis this week is starting fast, or that's our emphasis every week, but especially this week is starting fast. And we also do this thing in practice where we take a break a little bit and we call it halftime. And we reemphasize the kickoff and kickoff return, and then we go out there and we try and start fast right after halftime too. So we're trying to get better at that this week.
I talked to a couple of your skill position guys after your last game, and one of the questions I asked them was, how much different has it made for Ryan to grow up week to week? How different is he now?
Ryan's doing good. He's really leading the offense as a group, and he's telling everybody where to go and when they need to be there. And he's making big plays as a sophomore, so he's got a really big future ahead of him.
And he doesn't get rattled by much. I just got done talking to Coronado's guys, and the one who knocked the ball loose from him, and he said he was a little bit surprised because they had seen how even-keeled Ryan was. That didn't seem to bother him. He just came back and jumped back on the horse.
Yeah, Ryan's he's a big positive guy, and so when something doesn't go our way, he's the first one to hop back up and go right back at it next drive.
I mentioned a minute ago you've been on a lot of different kind of teams with different offenses. What makes this one special right now?
This offense isn't, Lubbock-Cooper in the past used to be a smash mouth offense where we run zone every play. This year it's not. It's some sort of that, but we have some special plays that are really different than other teams.
The offensive line seems to be having fun.
We are.
You guys, big guys, usually just like to run the ball and like you kind of road grade, but you guys I kind of put the binoculars on you guys the other night. That group up front is really clicking.
Yes, sir. That's my point of emphasis. You go with that. That's my group of guys, and we're really building the connection in the locker room as well as on the field, and I think that's helping.
Now, Cade, you're one of the keys. You came in fairly late in the process this season even.
Yes, sir.
What is the defense doing well that you kind of feel like you jumped in and were able to help a little bit?
We just are physical. The whole D-line, we come off the ball and then getting to the ball, running hard, and just playing hard. Yes, sir.
And a lot of guys rotate in up front.
Right.
I know everybody wants to be on the field, but how much does it help you guys to have that? There's competition in practice, and then even in games, you're kind of pushing each other.
Even in practice, we got to go hard. We're going to lose our spot, and there's so many guys that could just step up and do it. So, and it gives us a break in games to recharge and play full speed every play.
So for years, I've been asking the defensive guys about kind of helping out the offense when the offense has sputtered a little bit. I'm going to flip the script on that. Not that you guys are struggling, but the offense has been so good the last month or so. How much does that kind of motivate you guys on defense?
Oh yeah, we feed off them sometimes. Like they get a big play, we got to hold them, get a 3 and out, see what they can do in the game.
It's kind of like competition.
Yeah, I mean, like
Exactly.
for years, I mean, you know what I'm talking about. The offense kind of would cough and sputter, but the defense would keep the game right there. Now you guys you're putting the game out there, and the defense kind of has to match you guys a little bit.
I made mention to the offense a little bit. Yeah, once the defense gets big play, all right, let's go out there and score, and then just keeps going up and up until we get that big score.
Cade, when you came here and saw, I mean, you were pretty familiar with the culture from
Right.
having Dad here,
Yes,
being
sir.
a coach. But when you jumped back in this year, what was it that kind of caught your attention about how different it is out here?
It's fast. So and you got to play with technique, or you're gonna get crushed. I mean, you got to play fast, get off the ball hard, or it's a different story over here. So